Jesus Christ, I think I went the wrong way. And I definitely was. Oh, yeah, that was my toes as well, you know. Shit, just nearly broke my fucking neck. That'll stay in the YouTube video. Fucking hell, that was on my toes as well, eh? Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, I'm Paul, the brain cancer runner, and I have a grade 2 astrocytoma. And I'm going to get you clipped into me hat, and then I can get running, and we'll talk about what I'm going to do today. So today, I'm going to jog up to a country park that, according to Google, is about 2 miles from my house, and I'm going to try on some cross-country spikes. I want to trial them before cross-country next week. The country park is East Cramlington Country Park. I've never actually been there before, but a good while ago now, in like 2014, 2015, they actually used to do cross-country there before I joined the running club, so before my time at cross-country. But we're going to run down. I'm going to try on some spikes that I've borrowed from a clubmate who was going to throw them away at Wrekenton because they don't really fit his feet. They're quite narrow, he said. So we're gonna give them a whirl. We'll see how we get on with them. As I said in previous videos, I've always wore trail shoes, and that's just a choice that I've made personally, really. I always feel like the lads that are running in spikes are all like really fast, athletic, thin guys. I weigh about 10 stone and they look like they're floating over the mud, where I'm much more of a heavier plodder guy. So I've always been a bit wary of wearing spikes because they always look quite flimsy and small and lightweight, and I'm just not sure if they fit my running style. Now that might be a total load of bollocks, and it probably is, but I've just never really needed to fork out for spikes. When trail shoes do me absolutely fine for what I need, and I use the trail shoes for the fells as well, so I've always just used what I've got. But yeah, Michael was going to throw away his spikes that he should have given them away, and I think I said a few weeks ago on one of my cross-country videos when I was talking about the shoes I wear that you know, I could ask someone at the club if they've got any spare ones just to trial them. And it just so happened that Michael was getting rid of his. Like I say, he said they were too narrow for his feet. And I've tried them on in the garage and they seem alright to me, but all different kettle of fish to running in them. And I didn't want to rock up to Wrekenton, which is the next cross-country next Sunday, sorry. Throw on a pair of cross-country spikes and then regret it halfway through. Cross-country's hard enough without wearing the wrong footwear. So I tried to find the cross-country route that they used to run at this country park, but as I say, it was about 2014 and I just couldn't find anything online about it, so I'm just going to wing it. I'm not even sure where it is. I know it's like over here somewhere, over next to those pylons, so I'm just going to head that way. And behind that farm, actually, you can see the farmhousing. Wait, you might not be able to see it, but I can. It's over behind there, so make my way up and then I'll change into the spikes. I'm obviously in my road shoes now on the tarmac. Change into my spikes. Hopefully there's a hill, because that's the thing. I'd quite like to try them on a hill to see what I'm like, because obviously there's no spikes in the heels, so I'll probably have to change my running style, because all the spikes are in like the forefoot. Which is fine going up the hills, but I'm not sure about going down them. But yeah, we'll give them a go, we'll see how it gets on. And hopefully they're alright. It's about, what time is it? It's just gone 9 o'clock. I've been up since about 4:30. My little one's been having some sleep regression lately, so my body's just in a natural state of waking up constantly through the night with them. But last night he actually slept all the way through till 5:30. But my sleeping pattern's just ruined. So I was up at 4:30, so I haven't had the best prep. But you know, nothing silly today. We're just out to trial some shoes. But we've got to get to the closest place that's going to be good for them. And that's the closest place I can think of. Like I say, it used to be a cross-country course, so it should be decent. Yeah, I'll see you when we get there then, because the battery in this camera doesn't last forever. Hey guys, so I've just turned off the road there, which is behind me, and it looks like this is the trail. And happily, thankfully I've just seen another runner come the other way, and I've asked them if there's any more concrete or paths down there, and they've said there isn't, so I'm going to change into the spikes. This is the Mere, some Nike variant. I'm not really that big on a shoe guy for a runner. Most runners are, they've got about 40 pairs of trainers, but I don't. So I'm going to change into them now. Stupidly though, my backpack that I brought definitely doesn't fit my shoes in, so I'm going to have to carry them in a pack for a little bit, and then I'll just dump them up there somewhere, hopefully. And when I do laps, hopefully they'll still be there when I come back. Otherwise I'm going to be running home in spikes. So we'll see. I'm going to change into these now, and then we'll get going and see how they get on. It's trail. I say that other runner just said that it's fine, so we'll see how we get on. So I've got my shoes in my bag. Spikes are on. Initial thoughts are, obviously they're very light, but they feel really nice. Not so great going over the stones there, and my feet are probably going to end up absolutely soaked, because it's very wet. If you saw my video yesterday, I was on the hills at Time Out Priory, so I'm a little bit leggy. Probably not the best idea to be out doing this, but I knew that yesterday when I went to training. But hills, I wanted to get some hill training in, because obviously it's really good for cross country, and that's what I tell myself every time we're up there. Anyway, I'm going to get you in the cap. I'm going to have to run with this in my hand, but that's fine. And we'll see how we get on. If I can get you in, there we go. Muddy as hell, but yeah, so spikes are 4. Soaking, right, but I'm not going through that one. I can't even tell how deep that is, so I haven't got my glasses on. Well, that was a bit slippy. So there should be a left turn up here. Yeah, there we go. Now he might have come through from the States, because there's a path across the road. Well, I see people passing the road where they're walking their dogs and stuff. Now I don't really want to be going that way. What I want is the fields and the hills, which I'm thinking of like over here somewhere, based on where the road is. Right, so we're like 3k. Yeah, I can see that's the road, see, so I want to be off to the left, which I think was that way, but I couldn't see the path. Maybe there's another one. That one looks even less of a path. We'll keep running, we'll see what we'll get. We're on an adventure. I will say they are really light. I mean, obviously there's now to them, and that's kind of why I've always avoided them anyway. And that, and my coach says, because there's not much cushion in them, the recovery on them is absolutely brutal. So it's probably the worst time in my running my running journey to be trialing them. But hey ho, I feel them stones underneath us. I'm sure you can hear it. They're not causing any bother, unless they're snapping the spikes to pieces, which they might well be. Well, And I asked that fella, is there any more like gravelly tarmac, and he said no. Now I'd argue that that's not true based on what I'm run on, and I'm sure you can hear it as well. So obviously I'll be relying on my my club mates anyway to, you know, whether it's spike terrain or whether it's trail shoes, and obviously my own knowledge, but I don't wear spikes, so I'll be relying on the guys that wear spikes every week to give me that info. I think I'm gonna drop this bag. I should have done about there in the bushes, but I don't really want anyone pinching my shoes either. I'd like to find a nice grassy hill just to see what the traction's like on them, because obviously the spikes are only in the 4-foot, and I have no idea whether I use my heels running downhill or my toes. But no idea. Never really pay that much attention, I just run. Someone wanting a dog. And it looks flat as a pancake. Fuck me. Well, that is clearly got no hills, so we'll try and go left, I think. There we go, and that might work. A little bit of a hill. I mean, in cross-country world, is that a hill? Not really. But that's what I've got. So, dump this bag here. I don't know what's on the other side of it, but dump that bag there. Probably could do better than that. Put it there. It's not exactly secure, but tough shit. Right, we've done 3.5k. Yeah, so my coach is always saying that like wearing spikes is a good 2 or 3 days recovery afterwards, just because of the lack of support you get from them. But we'll see. Oh, that's not a hill. That's not a fucking hill. It is wet and squishy though. So I think we'll run this loop. Still slipping in them, like, but not massively. Whoa, yeah. I mean, are all the spikes still in them? Have I smashed them all off? No, they're all there. Yeah, they look pretty big, them as well. I wouldn't say they're small. But yeah, still slipping about in them, like. I'd probably say I slip less in my trails. But they are very light. They're not as heavy as my trails. That is 100% certain. So, what did I want to talk about? Shit. It's buggy. I've just nearly lost the right one. We'll run up that one first, and then we'll come back and we'll run up that one. And then we'll probably see what distance we're at. Might call it a day. Let's say I did That's funky. I did hills yesterday, fuck me. Oh, the hills yesterday, like the weather, absolutely brutal. But we have worked out, well I have worked out, that the hills are what caused me the most amount of head pain. Oh, that was slippy. And I'm trying to use the toes as well, as much as I can. Yeah, the hills. So obviously, where are we, Friday? Last Saturday I did a park run in 22:30, which is the fastest park run I've done to date since surgery. And I got absolutely no headaches from that. But yet, when I'm doing cross country, and I did the hills yesterday, I had headaches before I'd finished. Halfway through getting headaches. So it's definitely hills are worse for us. We've worked that out. But it is what it is, like, I'm not going to stop. I mean, I was told by the oncologist that, you know, if I'm getting headaches from doing stuff, I'm not going to do myself any long-term damage. I mean, what fucking hell? What kind of damage can I do more than having brain cancer already? But they seem to imply that, you know, I should take it easy, but at the same time, like, I'm trying to work it out and trying to test myself, which might be the wrong approach, but we'll see. At least I know that running fast isn't the problem, so I can kind of, you know, let my legs go a little bit more. It's quite slippy actually. A lot more than I thought there would be. I mean, there's hardly any grip on the heels. Yeah, so hills are the problem. So if you're coming back to running like me, and you're, you know, obviously always speak to your medical teams and get advice. I'm just trying to give you like a real world perspective and view of what I'm doing and how it's affecting it, and hopefully that helps you form your own decisions. So we'll have a little out and back on this bad lad, and I'll let my legs go a bit. Oh yeah, that feels alright. That's more grassy in it. Yeah, always seek medical advice. Like I say, I'm just trying to tell you what I'm doing. Right, let's get up, back up it. I'll have a little drink at the top. I mean, this is like hard, kind of compacted mud. I mean, sometimes you can be running in mud that's like ankle deep. Have a little drink. And just to give you a bit of perspective, it's Friday now. On Tuesday, a year ago, so I think like the 11th of November, is a year since I had my seizure, and my whole life flipped, turned upside down. But I'm not going to Bel Air. I'm just going to Blythe. Yeah, so yeah, on Tuesday, which is probably now going to be a date that is going to resonate with me every single year. That, and obviously the 12th of December, which is when I had my surgery, and scary times. I don't want to put the shit up you if you're waiting for a surgery. The surgery itself, obviously, I never had any problems with. I was knocked out cold. Don't remember much of hospital anyway. Especially the parts between having my seizure and going in for surgery. There's a lot of that's very fuzzy in my mind. And I don't know whether that's, you know, the drugs I was on, the effect the cancer was having us, because obviously at that point it had grown so much that it was causing us to have seizures. So it was obviously putting a lot of pressure on my brain. But yeah, that time is very fuzzy in my mind. Or it's one of those things where your brain kind of suppresses the trauma. Who knows? Not me. But yeah, a year to date since my seizure, so I'm going strong. Like, I feel as fit as I've ever been since then. I mean, obviously I proved that last Saturday with a 22-minute park run, and that was really tough. I had to have a proper sit down from that, and my wife was quite worried about us actually. But so I said, it's one of those things when you are PBing, it's always going to hurt, it's always going to kill, regardless of cancer or anything like that. If you're pushing your body to its limits, and I definitely was. Oh, yeah, that was my toes as well, you know. Shit, just nearly broke my fucking neck. That'll stay in the YouTube video. Fucking hell, that was on my toes as well, eh? Not my neck, I just like brought me arm. Trying to catch myself. Do you know what it is? I was like self-consciously like telling myself to use my toes as I'm coming down as well. Right, let's try this hill. I'll fucking kill myself on this one. Oh yeah, I've hurt my arm there. Hurt my hand. Oh, what a bastard. Oh. To be fair, that arm, I had my 4th MRI since surgery on Wednesday last week, and the cannula didn't hurt when I went in, and it didn't hurt when the guy was doing the solution, but he kept asking us, like, you know, does it hurt, is it in properly, you know, like, he definitely seemed worried about it, but when he was like drawing the blood back and then pushing, he was running saline through it to check, and it didn't hurt at all. And I know what that pain feels like, because when I went into, just before I went into theatre, they were hooking us up to all the cannulas, and I think I had like 5 or 6 cannulas in us, including an art line. So I've just finished my little outing. Sorry, it's just telling us about my battery being dead. Like, I know, that's why it's in the pod, you moron. So I've just finished my little outing in the country park there behind us, and I'm on the concrete now. So I'm gonna change back into my road shoes and head home. One of the things I think I said earlier was that I've always been worried that I'm going to spike myself with spikes on. So I don't know if you can see that. That's the state of my legs, and as you can see, I kick myself a lot. So one of the things I've always been worried about is that if I'm wearing spikes, I'm going to kick myself in the calf and slice myself open, but obviously I haven't done that. So that's one of the worries, things I was worrying about, like, just isn't a thing, which is cool. But yeah, changing my road shoes, and then I'm going to head home. No idea how much footage I'm going to capture, because my battery is nearly dead, as it's just said. We'll see. I think I was in the middle of saying that tonight I'm going to a prize and presentation night at the club. I'm having a bit of a do at in Silverling at the Village Hotel. So I'm going to pop along there. Tony's going to drive us. He's just going to take us and pick us up. He's going to chauffeur me. So I'll have to get him a pint to say thanks, obviously. And I'm just going along. I think I was saying anyway, I might not have. I'm going along to basically support, and you know, there's a lot of good runners at our club. Tony himself, I mean, I think Tony's in like 65 plus, 70-ish years of age, and he's like, he runs like a 1:30 half marathon. He runs for England at age group. You know, there's a lot of really good runners, so I'm going to go out there and give them some support. Have a couple of pints, of course, and some food. But yeah, just to go out and support my fellow club mates. And just have a bit of chat, because not often we get to like get together socially. We're always just sweaty, Lycra-clad runners when we're together, so yeah, that'll be nice. So yeah, the spikes, obviously you'll see that you'll have seen the footage earlier of me absolutely planting it. Luckily I didn't land on my face, but I have hurt my arm trying to catch myself, so jury's out on that. Maybe I'm not running in them properly and I need to learn to run in them properly. Maybe I need to go on a proper cross-country course and give them a go. My legs aren't sore. I mean, they might be sore tomorrow, but yeah, I don't think the shoes are causing us any bothers like I thought they would. Yeah, it's bloody freezing, so thanks so much for watching. As always, like and subscribe on it for us, get this out to more people, and hopefully if you're tracking my runs and watching the footage, then you'll see how much I'm improving, and that can give, if you're in the same position as me, hopefully that can give you some proof that, you know, you can do it as well. It's doable. You've just got to do it slowly to start off with. Always contact your medical team and make sure you're all right. But obviously I'd love to get this out there to like, you know, the community of people with brain tumors and stuff, to make sure, you know, just to give people support and hope. So if we can get some more likes and subscriptions on the channel, then hopefully we can get it out there. I might even try and share it a bit more in those kind of areas, but we'll see how we go. Yeah, and thanks so much for watching. Yeah, I hope you still well and stay fit and healthy. I know I'm certainly trying my best anyway. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. See you around.